Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind The Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians! I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Bam! Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the generous support of our good friends over at indiecd.org. Where the heck did my little thing? There we go. Bonk. And the Independent Creator Directory is your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest creators, musicians, flatters. Look, if you have a project, you want to do a comic book, you want to do a novel, you want to do an audio book, and you're looking for people you can reach out to make that happen, that are actually small business people and not just AI-generated what's-its, by all means, head over to the Independent Creator Directory. It is a great resource. Think of it as a white pages of creators where you're not going to be bombarded by algorithmic ads. You just go, I'm looking for an author. You click authors, it brings you all the authors on there, and you can just scroll on through. I believe it's alphabetical, I'm not sure. But it is a great resource. And if you're looking to get your presence online in a way where you don't have to worry about being bounced between social media, hint in what I'll be talking about later, and a few other things, guys, just, I know $40 is a big ask, but $40 gets you a lifetime. You're not being bombarded by really obnoxious ads as a creator. You're not being bombarded by subscription fees that'll cost a lot more. You lay the money down once and Joe Bachman hooks you up. It's a great deal. And I'm not saying it's a better deal if you go to his first podcast and listen to it and possibly get a code. You know, his podcast number one, you know, one could say podcast one, but I won't say that. I want you to go to the podcast and listen to get the code. Podcast one. But we'll give you half off. And if you use my code in the links, I get a little kickback. And frankly, I could use a kickback. I've got a convention coming and I'm hemorrhaging money, you know, like I've been wounded in the wallet, dear friends. So, speaking of, you know, wounded in the wallet and money, we also have to remind you that we are made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the fighting axe, and the simple spear, my 3-part ongoing, yes, ongoing and very much soon to be ongoing, Western Martial Arts Manual series, where I teach you how to handle the blade from a position of I've never handled the blade. And I know a lot of you are like, I want to learn to sword fight, but I am overweight, or I am not wealthy, or I don't have a lot of time, or I don't want to deal with the manuals, or I don't want to deal with the machismo. It all happens. I understand. But I set up the Historical Fencing Guild many, many years ago. I really need to figure out what date I officially set that up, because I'm sure we're due for some pretty honking anniversaries. I set that up so that we could have a place where anyone could learn and discuss Western martial arts, Eastern martial arts, Middle Eastern martial arts. I don't care, as long as people engage in conversation civilly. And to do that, I made manuals so that anyone who wants to learn to sword fight, regardless of relative wealth, location, it's worldwide. The simple sword is sold, I want to say, in 20 some odd countries last time I checked. It is a great, great book. Now, if you want your fighting to be a little less physical and a lot more on the table, well, we have two options for that too. We, of course, have Melee, the game of tactics in the current Middle Ages, for when you want to do a skirmish game and simulate the fighting styles of your friends to see what they can hold up against. I may actually revisit this in the near future. And of course, my baby, the Big Stompy Robots Core Rulebook. BSR is a wonderful universe of largely explosions and walking mechanized engines of destruction that you can use to blow up your dining table or the table at Starbucks, or the beautiful 4x8 custom-made gaming table with all the terrain and lights and things. Doesn't matter. You can use your own miniatures. You can make ones. Proxies are, images for proxies may be included, but that would be insane. It would be insane for me to just say, hey, you need a proxy? Here's some proxies. I would never do that. No, not at all. So support Big Stompy Robots and the wonderful novels Small Arms and Eyes to the Sky. I'm going to be highlighting them again because people lose track of them. But I need to spook you a little bit. Before I get into my accountability. And by that, I mean read through The Thinning Veil. 7 great short stories designed to chill your bones. But, dear friends, some of them are based fictionalized accounts of things that happened to me during my days of being a paranormal consultant. Some, well, they're absolute fiction. You get to decide which is which. But remember, dear friends, this was originally supposed to be an 8-volume story. It was supposed to have 8 little stories. I want to say its original number 5 was a little story called Hints and Hellfire. And this gets right into my accountability. Because as soon as I hit publish and it went through and it was live, my wife's like, I want the first book. And I have it in my hands. Look at this beautiful volume. And yes, it is in 16-point font because I'm blind and I'm tired of squinting to read my own books. This is great. Oh, God. Just the weight of it. I'm going to tell you something. I talked to you guys a lot about the work you go through to be an artist. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Be an author. And to get your books out there. This beauty. When you get that feeling of one of your books and you feel the tangible, I did this. There's no feeling like it, okay? There's none on earth like it. And this is a great book. This details, the dark secrets of one family rising up from the past to possibly doom us all. The misadventures of a intrepid reporter and her long-suffering cameraman. And quite possibly my now favorite law office ever. That between you, me, and the spooky thing on the wall here might be getting highlighted in a future book. Might. Yeah. It does not get much better than that. But, dear friends, it does. What do I mean? Well, my colleagues, my creatives, my duckies, my beloved duckies, all of you whom I love with my heart, which is somewhere in this region. I tried to move it around to make it harder for people to hit. But it's black and it's shriveled, but it does keep most of the blood pumping. And what is it? Oh, that's cool. Apparently, if I hit the space bar, it automatically brings up my last highlighted banner. Did not know it would do that. Anyway, I fought the good fight. Not just for me, dear friends. Not just for me, but for you. Because I was on the phone with a gentleman named Esteban, which happens to be one of my favorite names of all time. It's just so. Hello, I am Esteban. And I had to go the whole time in serious business mode, not once making a joke of, oh no, it's too sexy. But because I was editing and I got it to work, and it would move my spine label, and it would drive me bonkers. But I called him, fought the good fight, rearranged my files because I did not realize quite how big this image is if you were to print it off. And this little bit of photography is something I did. This is my picture. And my family is responsible for this lovely relic of terror. But my extended family. Details you don't need. But the hardcover went live this morning, which means I'm going to have to hemorrhage more money to buy the author copies of the hardcover. And shockingly, when I do these nice little books, I can keep super cheap. When I go here, they charge me substantially more. It's the dangest thing. I need to see the page limit that they tweak the prices at so that I can consider tweaking my writing to make sure I'm under that. But it's diabolical. But we got to save a penny, to make a dime. But it's live, y'all. I got it. There was an error on their end and an error on mine. Both of them should be fixed, so it should make it easier for everyone out there trying to make hardcovers to do so. I am ecstatic because it's silly. It's silly. But when you put out a book as an ebook, I hate to say it, but it feels kind of like you're submitting an assignment for class that you get paid for. It's an odd sensation. But when you get your first paperback in hand, you're like, oh, this is not my first paperback. My first paperback, hold on, let me move this because I don't want to beat that copy up as much as I usually beat, was one of these beauties. There may be a new edition in the works for this too, but because I've learned a lot more about the covers and other things. Need to check the page count, by the way. I don't know if that's long enough. I'd like to get that in hard copy, but it might not be long enough as is. If only there were ways for me to add things to it to make a large omnibus of sword mastery. Oh, that'd be terrible. Anyway, dear friends, ask any of the authors. Cracking that box open and seeing your books tangible, it is a high that you chase for the rest of your life. But excluding the fact that I am one of my favorite Little Beatles songs, paperback writer, I'm now hardcover. I don't know if I am fully expressing how awesome that is to me. It feels like another level. And it does mean that it gives me the opportunity, because I've been looking at the way things work, to have a format for the coming years, because I am really good at banging out, I have found, nice little thin volumes. I love these little thin volumes. There's nothing wrong with a good little thin volume. They're light, you flip through them, they're low cost, great fun, fit in backpacks. Or I could try to format these to fit in back pockets, but they're good. The problem is they are, of course, little thin volumes. So that means I print out a whole bunch of little thin volumes, and then I put the omnibus out as a hard copy. Oh, that'd be terrible. Oh, that would just break my heart. So yes, I have a new master plan going on for the formatting and how to keep in my style of writing and still potentially keep on trucking. So I am excited. I've been working on this. I've been out. You do the creation, you do the promotion arc, okay? This is the two beats that we set our lives by as independent creators. You create, you promote. You create, you promote. And there's usually a little pause. And that's one thing you need. You need the pause in the middle. So it's create, promote, take a break. Create, promote, take a break. And that gives you this. Almost like the heartbeat of creativity. And friends, when you can find your rhythm, it is fabulous. So I really want to promote for you guys, instead of going into my long-winded usual build up and do it. I'm just showing you the fruits of what happens when you do it, the way you feel, the way you move. It's Friday, folks, and we may be under a whole lot of snow. I mean, well, relative for Benton County, it's for us LaPorte County survivors, but it's a great time. And I feel like I am moving forward and helping you move forward, and we're all moving forward towards the Indie Creator Con, IndieCD.con, in Fowler, Indiana, February 24th. From 10 till 10, we are almost at the month away mark, which means I kind of got to step up my hard work to get a few projects done if I want anything else new for the convention. Because I have to give about a month for shipping, between 2 weeks and a month, depending on how spicy they are. So that means I'm enjoying my promotion. I'm doing new things. I'm on Blue Sky now. For those of you who are on Blue Sky, just look up Nicholas Tockert. I'm actually using my Discord. Yes, you people have forced me to use Discord. I hope you're happy with yourselves. I hope you're pleased. Yeah. Oh, okay. See, you know, the man behind the curtain gave me 2 thumbs up. You know, Joey was a man, or he was a dragon man. Maybe he's just a dragon, but he's still Joey. Anyway, I really need to draw that up, but I'll need consummate V's. Consummate! Guys, this convention is going to be a blast. It is. We've got a full house of wonderful creatives planned. During that, I am going to be just working my derriere off. Mandy's going to be working her derriere off. If we can get Xander's help, he'll be working his derriere off to make that as great an event as we can for you guys, both the attendees and the vendors. And you know, I will be very happy when I start getting vending fees in from some of you. Some of you pay. Mandy's keeping track. And anything we don't know, Joey will tell us. But it's going to be a great time. And by doing it the way we did, it will be free to the public, which means instead of spending money on the con, you can spend money on the vendors. All right. And if you want to know why I named it IndieCD.com, if you want, my dear friends, to make one of the better choices you may ever make, listen to what our dear friend Joe has to say and I'll be back in about a minute 20. All right, folks. I also want to put a big thank you to Joe, because for the first time in literally like 20 years, my main box is good enough that I have games on it, so that when I want to take a break, I can play some games. And huge shout out to an old and dear friend, Cammy Vite, who may have hooked me up with a couple passcodes to get me back on my way towards, slothful computering that isn't just grinding my nose against other people's books that I get to look forward to after I get done doing what I'm doing. But, friends, oh, there it is. It has changed. Yay. I also want to remind both Amanda Tockert and Trelena Bachman that you both have official editing credits to put on your resume, because I did formally name them as editors in my book. Amazon tried to turn it to make you guys authors, which I don't think you want to be responsible for some of the horrors that came dripping out of my mind and, creeped like ichor across the ceiling. But you shake me. Yeah, their job was to pick me up and shake me till words fell out of my pockets. I'm pretty sure that's what you just said. But yes, thank you. The book wouldn't have happened nearly as the way it did. Absolutely. And alrighty, let's get into the chat, because boy, do we have a lot of chat. And we will see what you're saying, because you guys are more interesting than I am usually. Dear Lord, I was trying to keep the comment dumps down. So let's get into it. First through the door at 9:28, and that's a good time to start coming in, guys. I know you love to fill the comments, and I appreciate it. But with some of the difficulties with the weather we're having, coming in about 9:30 is a good time to start putting your comments on. So, first through the door and rising above us to shine a light all around. Here comes the dawn. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dawn DeLoss. And I hope folks who can't make it to Indie CD to Vend are reaching out to you so that you can at least promote their stuff and, get their business cards in people's hands. Hey, Dawn, just us gals. God. We went, like, in 2 comments, we're already at Nerd. Sorry, wrong show. Nevermind The Furthermore. After Dark. That's 976. Never mind. Arc. We have operators waiting to listen to you and tell you that you should be writing your books. Anyway, good morning. I was just browsing Facebook. Well, that happens, Carl. And hey, Witzman dude. Hey, Donna. I know you're talking to Carl, but I'm right here. Maybe some more coffee before Nick gets going. Ladies and gentlemen, I woke up going this morning. I'm picking it up and laying it down. It is one of those days, and I hope you're going to enjoy it because I know I am. Let me just move this so that doesn't activate anything. Yes, friends, it is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day for yours truly, and it's all the better for you being in my chat. Hey, Don and Donna, Girls Gone Wild of Last Man Standing. I had a feeling it was a spicy one, but I had to sleep, so I'll have to catch it. Hey, those guys broke us. Sure. Still haven't finished the end of it. Everything wants my attention today, and the sinuses don't like it. Let's see. Accountability. Wow, says Carl. Getting all kinds of work done on the spy novel. More news next week. That's what I love. Progress and a little banter. Don Dulos. Yes, they kept breaking us. Morning, Don and Carl. Well, I didn't hear anybody yell rutabaga, so, it's just going to keep going. Either they kept breaking us, or I'm so funny I was breaking myself, but I don't know. But we know I'm not that funny, so blame goes to the boys in the room. Au contraire, mon frere. I really do think you can be that funny. And Donna says, Dawn, the blame always goes to the boys in the room. And Carl's just like, wow. Yep, folks. Donna's out here getting vengeance on us, on all male kind for the sins of our fathers. So we're doomed. Been nice knowing you. All right, Bladed says, I will gladly take the blame for breaking you at least once. Man, I will break you. Yes. Yes, that's Thesis is going full Bane over here, but only once because I wasn't there the other times you were broken. I will gladly say I broke Curie because that honor was all mine. Dear Lord, it's getting vicious. Carl says, I must have an FB page open in the background because someone is PMing me. Arg, be right back. It happens. And hey, Thesis. Yeah, Thesis has a great show. It should be this Saturday. I'm looking forward to trying to catch that. It's just my weekends get completely chaotic. Ha ha ha, Thesis. I believe you were the one. You were to blame for at least one. Hey, Thesis. After the week I had, I think I needed that release. It felt good to laugh. Oh, yeah, you broke poor little Kiri. I missed the fun episodes. I would have hopped on, but I didn't want to disturb my Foxy. She would have killed me if I'd woken her up. That's fair. I heard Donna say, hey, Thesis, you just missed Carl, but I don't recall much after. And we're joined by Alex Creations. It's Garb. And Dawn says, oh, yes, the makeout session. Good morning, Alec. Yes, folks. A reminder that a minor is in the chat. Let's keep it civil. So where were we? Okay. Alex says, the picture for today is my beloved pretty boy. I'm glad you're having fun. Morning, Dawn. Hey, Alec. Actually, he's in trouble, though. Someone must save Garb. Needs to better get good rolls. Shaking my head. Hey, I don't control the dice. That's one of those where it's on you. Hey, Thesis. So Alex saying hi to Thesis. Hey, Alec. Lots of haze going on. And not me being late because of working on school and being on school Discord, working on being club president for another club. Are you suffering from helium hand again? Sorry, guys. Just give me a moment. We need to talk. This is a serious PSA about helium hand. Helium hand affects at least 20% of the population. You know, the ones who do 80% of the work. Yes, see, he's joining her, and I'd like to start Helium Hand Anonymous, a group for people who are a mix of over overachievers and people pleasers who see a problem and they feel the hand involuntarily, even though they want sleep in their life, even though the stress isn't worth it. Rising up. Helium Hand is a real problem. Please support those you know who are overdoing it by, if necessarily, tackling them and throwing them to the ground to keep them from volunteering to things that they can no longer take. We all need that at some time. Thank you. And if you want to support my efforts to prevent Helium Hand by doing more stuff myself, PayPal.me/Nicholas Tockert. For as little as any money you want to give me, I can keep on doing what I'm doing. And now, friends, we're just going to go back to our beloved program already in session. Yeah, folks, and that's the secret to getting your book published and lots of views. Moving back to the chat. Oh, I'm in a mood. Let's see. And we've got... Okay, yes, I see comment dumps happening. So give me an anchor point, thus I can do it. And Alex says, Donna! And I can do this. How far behind am I? Good Lord, y'all. All right, it's going to be one of those Fridays. Well, Nita and Daphne are off, so I can't get in trouble. And I even have permission to run late. Because Daphne's awesome. All righty, and where were we? Here we are. Hi, Donna. And we're joined by Trelana Bachman. Hello, Trey. How are you doing, dear? I hope you got to see what I found on Facebook. If you haven't, a company makes an actual aeronautic switch and frame that you can mount on things that says Fortunate Son on off. If they had it rigged up like an easy button, I'd have to own it. But and I cannot afford the rights to that song. But good Lord, for reasons I can't disclose, but I hope Trelana knows, that is so incredibly cool. And I think I think that might show up. Whoa, no, don't you do that. A whole bunch of my, don't you want to scan your computer to make sure everything's groovy? Not right now, are going on. But good morning, Trey. I hope you are warm. I hope you're snuggly. I hope you're getting into all manner of mischief. And when you are caught up and calm, we may talk about trying to get an Amagiri Doom Bunny commissioned. When you have time, do not prioritize my silly things because I don't know how much you're going to want for the money for it. So, hey, Trey. Hi, Trey. And hey, Alec. And Thesis, morning, Trey. Hey, Thesis. Morning, Trey. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Trey. It's almost like everybody's really happy whenever Trelana slips into the comments. And Alex says, I need to post art dump. All righty. I'm going to do that real quick before the show. Grab some more coffee. That's a good point. We're almost time for a break, so I can just drink. Hey, Carl. And I see everybody agrees, Trey. It's great. And Thesis says, come join me tomorrow night at 6:30 Central Time. Thank you. I can work with that as I discuss the connection between music and martial arts and see the world premiere by ad at that link below. Trelana and I know something about the connection between music and martial arts. Wow, Maddie did the evil grin. I wish I had a recording of that, but there are reasons that particular song is banned at practice. Anyway, I have to remember that. Yes, and we're joined by the mighty old Dan of the Hollows and Hills himself, Dan Hollifield. Good morning. Good morning, Dan. Excellent. What does it have the music you're working on? I assume she wants to know about the ad. And morning, Dan. Hey, Dan. Yes, you do. And Foxy and I will be dropping off swag at the post office today, so expect that envelope in a week or so. Cool. Dan, it's the second guilty party for breaking us last night. Oh, I suddenly have a craving for rotisserie chicken. Let's see. Dan Hallfield, got my coffee. I have to adult today, so I might not be here the entire show. That's okay. I am not planning this show to turn into a nearly just under 4 hour fiasco like Wednesday was. I have a doctor's appointment at some point that I have to get to, so I'm going to try to keep this in the normal hours things. But thank you for the time you can be. And while you're here, everyone, please hit like, share, and subscribe. You know, that like button, it's been talking some smack. It needs to learn its place a little bit. In the great mantra of wisdom from my days in Michigan City, keep thy pimp hand strong and apply it to the like button. Now, and Carl's having internet issues. I am so sorry. Lord knows I know what that's like. And Trelane says, "You adulting, not one of the things that floats my dear Trelena's boat." And Don says, "Can't wait to see it, Thesis." I know Amanda said something, but it was only under her breath, and my hearing's not that good with the wind howling outside. Adulting does not spark joy. And yes, Trey, it's got my riff in it. I had to quit messing with it because I know me. If I didn't leave it alone, I'd keep messing. Happens all the time. And Donna's like, "Whoo, back in time." Donna says, you beat Nick, Donna. A little bit. Anyway, I mean, what? No, never. We're joined by Grey Wolf Graphics. Hiya, chat. How you doing, sir? How are your creative efforts going? And perfect timing. Foxy says, "I'm kind of here. Pain is heavy today." Well, while I genuinely mourn the fact that you are in pain, I'm so glad that you're here, Foxy. And hi, Grey Wolf. Hey, Wolf. Oh! And Carl, Miss Dan, and a couple other folks, good morning. And sorry to hear that, Foxy. Hey, Foxy, same here. Back is acting up, but it did clip Sub-Zero again. Yep. It went from 30 to Sub-Zero and popped back up. My house, for a brief second, my literally for about an hour, my house skyrocketed to almost 100 degrees because it was 30 degrees out. And I'm like, oh, I have to turn the heater down. Holy smokes. Because once the boiler gets momentum, it's basically like a semi-truck or a freight train. It does not stop. And then right back into the freezer box. And Alex says, "Oh, hope the pain gets a little better, Foxy." And we're joined by not Joe Bachman. Good morning, folks. Hello, doppelganger. How are you? And I just had a thought about the word doppelganger, but I can't make what to mind because Alec is in the room. Ask me on a covert channel sometime about why the doppelganger word just made me giggle way too much at Joe. And hi, not Joe. Oh, it's not Joe. Good morning, not Trey's better half. We can't have a not Trey running around. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go off a little bit. Totally random tangent, but you said not Trey, and it made me think of it. Recently, Disney Plus acquired Hulu. Now, we'll say I have access to Disney Plus, and we'll leave it there. Much like I have access to Paramount Plus from, other great, wonderful, beloved peoples. But I was watching with Amanda, one of our favorite anime, again. We're restarting Ouran Host Club. And if you've watched this, you get to meet a lovely character by the name of Haruhi. Haruhi is basically one of the great aspects of Trelane, because Trelane is actually a triphasic being. Okay, there are 3 modes to Trelane. Okay, and they can be defined by 3 characters. Haruhi from Ouran Host Club, which is a great, very, very sweet, funny anime that doesn't really get too dark. That's part of why I love it, but it has a lot more emotion. It's smarter than it has any right to be. Duo Maxwell from Gundam Wing, and Yuko from a show called Holic. Now, it's depicted as having 3 X's at the beginning. That is just artistic flair that the Japanese are putting on it. It is not what you think it is. If it were, I would not talk about it in front of Alec. But somewhere between these 3 modes of existence, you get my beloved friend Trey. And it's fascinating. And she's probably cackling wherever she is right now. But where are we? I can't have a not Trey running around. We cannot have 2 Treys. I can't. Y'all. Good men don't need rules. Today is not the day to find out why I have so many. And we've got, hope everyone is enjoying the weather today, because Joe is basically a sadist and seems to be comfy at home. Alex says, not Alex, Foxy, sorry about that. I had a little dyslexia. Took my morning meds. Hopefully they kick in soon. I hope that for you too. Independent Creator Directory says, we didn't get nearly as much snow overnight as they said we would. Shocker. Yeah, and they're kind of complaining about the snow we got down here. The only problem is it is doing the drifty thing, but that always happens with us. Same here, Joe. We got more than they thought. Alex says it was a few inches. Hello, Ice Queen. How are you doing? And I hope you enjoyed the show. And Ice Queen did a really good version of the tutorial bottle, and I hope you all got to see it. If not, if you didn't watch the whole show from Wednesday, had a whole art time with Nick, did all the things, and then I went off on a tear of basic art instruction. It was some of the most fun I've had in a while, and it reminded me why I originally started this channel. So, thank you. I enjoyed that greatly. I hope you did as well. And Independent Creator Directory says, morning, Ice Queen. Dawn says, hi, Ice. Ice says, hi, hey, ICD. My brain just grabbed onto something. And I don't know if this has been a joke that's been waiting this whole time. But my dear friend Joe, amongst his many other talents, and he has a great many talents, anyway, pardon the pucker, but was a clown for certain aspects of his life. And reading it as ICD, my brain, from other aspects of my life and some of the people I worked with, kicks out the phrase, insane clown directory, followed immediately by the opening to Great Malenko. Da, 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 da. Joe is giving me that Tim Curry face again, and every time. He believes. Anyway, hey Dawn, hey Queen, hey Nick, hey, how you doing, Dawn? You know, people are waiting. They get upset. I get messages if I don't ask you this very important question. So I will ask you today, as I do often. Donna, my dear, are you keeping the mojo in the dojo? Because I suspect you are. Anyway, Joe cycled through every one of his IDs there. No, he didn't. I know Joe. He has more backup IDs and personas than just about anyone I know. And hello, Trelena. And quite literally, Trey. And because he's Joe. Don't you mean every one of his personalities? No, because there are a couple of his personalities that let's hope aren't here, or else I'm going to have to say, Alec, you need to go on like vacation and never come back to this video. But focus, Nikolai, focus. Yeah. Oh, he's literally like being Saint Joseph over here. Haynes looks amazing. I think it came out very well. Why we love Joey be confusing. Pretty much, sure. And I love how Nick makes his books accessible for people I have a hard time reading smaller fonts. Now, I will say sometimes it's hard to get proper fonts on the back and get all the information I want. But yes, 16 point. Let me see. Oh, okay. I know what that is. I shouldn't laugh at my own jokes, but that shtick was funny. And if you want to know what I'm laughing at, you'll have to read the book. Because I'm not telling you. Let's see. And thank you. That's something I'm working on. Should we ask which one is the funniest of Joe's personas? Oh, that's terrifying. Actually, I think the funniest one, I hate to admit it, is the live action Joe who just pops up and does whatever he's going to do. Then looks at me like, "Brr," which I cannot be intimidating. Unless I'm like thinking hard and am not cranky in any way, shape, or form. Then I look like I'm going to unleash bloodlust upon the earth. I've been told this. My thinking face, apparently, when I'm thinking really hard, is enough to intimidate seasoned professors. So I have to be careful. I have to remember to, better smile, because if I don't, and I start thinking, people will think, oh, good Lord. But, and Alex says, oh, yes, the thing you sent me, Nick, without any context. Seen it before, but I meant to see it a lot, seeing it from you. Thank you. I'm glad. Just, doing what I do to support folks. And Independent Creator Directory says, not Joe is the funniest. Regular Joe is slightly caffeinated. ICD is just ICD most of the time. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's going to be stuck. It's becoming a thing in my head. Maybe we can get some Fago while we're out. Anyway. Amanda goes, Red Pop. Not sponsored. What? Anyway, not sponsored, but Fago, if you want to reach out. Anyway, Carl has been, yes, the perils of cover design. Even when I do a cover for someone else, it's even more fun to be a degree out from the printer. Arg. But I will say this, the customer support was superb. And then I got a call afterwards where they were like, Hanson Hellfire is something. Do you want to come to Los Angeles for some program? But the phone was breaking up and it sounded shady. So I'm like, no, thank you. I don't think I can make it. And I kind of worry about it. ICD is uber professional. Oh my God, I couldn't type that without smiling and laughing. I can see why. And Carl says, congratulations, Nick. Good job on the book. And speaking of good job on the book, I am doing something for you guys. Because I'll be honest, I'm not sure I trust the hardcover printer. It's the first time doing it. So there may be slight errors that I may have to come back and attempt to correct. So instead of it being its full price, I'm only putting about $6 extra to cover the difference per print. Well, most of the difference per print. Yeah, that about covers the difference per print between a hardcover and a softcover. So while the paperback is only $19.99, which is actually very cheap for getting this many pages printed through Amazon, the hardcover is only $26.99 right now. I will probably jump in price a bit later because let's just say my profit margin is rather narrow. But it's not a bad time to get it while you can. And if it doesn't work out, you guys would, if there's something wrong with the cover, you guys get it before it gets fixed. That becomes a collector's item. Just saying. Independent Creator Directory says, if you did add more to the fighting manual, explain how the hardcover can be used as both a weapon and a shield. Oh, Joe, you magnificent lunatic. I'm writing that down. If simple sword goes hardcover, explain how to use that volume as a shield and a weapon. And I bet I flipped that around. I did. That's okay. You just got to witness my sequencing error engage in real time. And there's nothing like being able to hold a finished product you've poured everything into. And did I ever? Haints and Hellfire was work. And considering, Trey, be honest, did you finish it? Because Manda was ready. Were you halfway through before you were asking for the sequel? Yeah, she's like, you need to write the next one. Yeah, because of what happened about halfway through, she threatened me with the couch. Because there are perhaps a bit of cliffhanger moments in there. And being that Mandy was getting the book in parcel as it came out at the time, that broke her, and that's why she and then Trey, in solidarity, went on strike. And Dawn says, congrats, Nick, you deserve to be excited. I am. I'm like this. And Indy CD says, that is true, Trelana. Mom had a big smile on her face when I brought her book to her. That's one of the coolest things you've ever done, Joe. I'm serious. I respect that mightily. And Joe's done some dang cool things. Lo do I see my father and his father before him and all my ancestors stretching back into eternity. Now I need to watch 13th Warrior. Dang it. I know I didn't get the quote right, but you said lo. Billy No Mates is being a minor PTA this morning. A minor PETA this morning. He wants to climb on everything. No. I said, I referenced. Well, you came in at the moment I remembered the acronym for PETA being pain in the, and you manifested. It was kind of funny. Anyway. I love her. Unless you started with physical, Trey, holding a page of music you've written is nothing compared to hearing it for the first time. That's true, too. Look at the video Carl shared with Donna opening her box of books, and Carl's were there, too. Her smile. Oh, my gosh. I try not to call out people for being excessively cute who have, personalities that don't always want to admit they're excessively cute, but good Lord. Anyway. He's getting more comfy being in the house, Dan. That means climbing, exploring. And Dan, say hi to Billy. I assume Billy No Mates is your cat? Yes, Dawn. I wanted to catch her smile on video. Alex says, I'm going to be at the convention. Yay, says Trey. And Dawn says, can't make it to indcd.com? Want to be represented? Email her at ddulosbpa@yahoo.com. One moment. Oh. And as I take a drink and realize I got that mix way off. A little stronger than usual, I'll take it. We are joined by Johnny. Johnny is very happy with himself. He decided to swap all the rapiers in his story for katanas, including the rose one I told you the lore for. Johnny is out for blood after Wednesday's program. Well, more so than usual, being vampirically inclined as he is. After that little stint with him and Miss Saren, and, drawing Johnny's first exposure to snow, which he still believes is a hoax and conspiracy, he has decided that I need to suffer. Thus, he sent me a picture of his new picture, some sequential art he's working on that features boob plate armor to make me hurt. And then he decided to do this, which is switch all the rapiers in his story for katanas, because he's both an edgelord and, again, feeling rather sadistic right now. But I hope you're having fun, Johnny. And good morning, Johnny. Dawn, all. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, I love Johnny. Even when he's being vicious, hey, Johnny. It's sort of like one of my cats. I love them even when they're gnawing on my foot. I need to know who are confirmed attendees so I can start my budget, LOL. As confirmed as anyone can be right now, I will send you the list because it is in my little... Oh, God. I misplaced my green notebook. Oh, Lord. Anyway. I know it will be myself. And Joey and Trey, because I hope they wouldn't abandon me on this dark hour. No, Alec, Brian K. Morris, Carl Witzman, Brian and Cookie, Carl and Donna. I want to say Molly, because she showed interest back. Kitty Lasombra is going to try to be there as much because she has certain medical conditions, which means whenever she signs on for anything, you have to give her wiggle room. Damian Waldron. I'm literally walking around the map of the convention in my mind. And Luke Stone. I think I'm forgetting somebody, but I think that and Dawn. That's okay. I think that's all 10. So I think that's it. If there are more, I'll let you know. But Lisa says, I'm sure you used the great Moru no Shinobius one, eh, Johnny? Of course he did. It's got to be as large as possible. And hey, Johnny, and crud, I thought I uploaded the new ad on here. If you did and it's at the bottom and didn't remove the old ad, I missed it. If it's there, I'll run it again. If the new one's there. Donna says, hi, everyone. I missed while in limbo. How low can you go, Donna? Anyway, distraction. Moving on. Johnny saying, hey, Trey, Joe, Foxy, Thesis, Alec, and everybody else, and their respective mothers. Dang it, Johnny. And Joe and I will be there. I should hope so. And yippee, Trey's going to be there. Yeah. I love seeing Trey, but the problem is whenever I see Trey, everybody else sees Trey, and I watch the whoop. I get to go oh, from the background because she's basically meant to be the queen of something. Squee! And Alex says, Trey equals the coolest person I've met, honestly. Yeah, she's definitely one of, if not the coolest people I've ever met. And Helena says, aw, blush. And Alex says, sorry, Nick, Trey beats you. Oh, you fun board. Anyway, Joe says, at Trelena Bachman is all right for a first wife. Joseph, I know you love to do that, but don't you do that. Don't you even know. Oh, well, I suppose you might acquire another. Well, technically, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Were you pointing at you or me? Because I was like, did you just try and pull a Laura Bodwig on me? You will be my bride.
No, I was looking at a video that I was editing, and all of a sudden just heard my name coming up a whole bunch of times, so I came back here real quick.
Uh-huh. Well, I love you too, Joe. Anyway, games. Come play Nine Dragons with us. Joe? Aw, that'd be fun. Is Nine Dragons multiplayer? Like, how does one work at that? And we're joined by Miss Saren. Hello, Miss Saren. I hope you are having a wonderful day, keeping warm and getting into trouble. Well, not too much trouble because, we're both in deep donkey-doo with our mutual vampire. And Alex streaming Miss Saren. GM Miss Saren. And wow, we're at the hour. How did that happen? I need to run ads. Sorry, not that I'm not excited. I just looked at the clock and went, oh my gosh. Today just flew by. I'm double checking that there isn't a thing, and I may need assistance. I have to go through getting the proof that the music in the ads you're using is not copyright of anybody else, because I have like 4 or 5 of those. You're using it. It's not a copyright strike, but anytime I get at a certain number of subscribers, that happens. But somebody's trying to claim, I think, Donna's music and a few others. But, well, let's find out.
Hey there, everyone. This is Donna Carlene. Want some romance mixed in with a dead body or more? Did you enjoy my Hunter's Ridge series? Set in a small town in Alabama, it's the story of Northern Rider computer tech Carly Simone and the love of her life, Captain B.J. Martin of the Hunter's Ridge PD. But life in a small town is not all roses and beer, as Carly's expertise in true-life crime-telling makes her the Hunter's Ridge murder expert. And then there's nowhere to go dancing except the Dixie with his country music. But Rocker Carly can adjust, can't she?
I absolutely love Donna, and I love her works. This is a great series. Please enjoy it. And let's see. That'd be fun. Morning, everyone. Morning, Miss Sarah. Good morning, Miss Saren. Morning, Saren. Hey, Saren. Lamau, it's a running joke. I know it's a running joke. It's like the running joke about me black bagging both of them and abdopting. That's a new word I'm trying to workshop, that where you combine adopting and abducting at the same time. But both of them, that just requires me to hit enough money to be able to keep them nice and warm and snuggly, so that they can't be cranky about it. And if you want to give me money to help me possibly adopt and abduct Joe Bachman and Trelena, please paypal.me/Nicholas. My version of a super chat, you know? Yes, here's $5 towards buying black bags. Thank you, chat. Now. And we got good morning, Miss Saren. Hey, Saren. Alec, in case you haven't noticed, adults are weird. Only the good ones. And there's that great secret I warn you. You have to become an adult. Your body will turn you into an adult, whether you like it or not. You do not necessarily have to grow up. That is one of the great secrets in life. Alex says, oh, I know. Only adults I associate with. And Saren has, I hope everyone's having a good day. Coffee time. Clay says, the fun ones. We try to be. People always say, oh, grow up. Hold on to your weird. Thank you. Preach, Foxy. Hello to those I've missed. Sorry, not at my best today. If there's anything we can do to help, let me know. And Foxy says, I understand that, Carl. I'm in pain, enough pain, I'm nauseated from it. And that's after a pain pill. Good Lord. I'm sorry you're having one of those days, Foxy. And Don says, Carl, browsing Facebook for jewelry, specifically necklaces. Now, see, that is an inside joke that I do not know. Why did that turn on? Anyway, might have missed a phone call. I'm sorry. There are 2 types of necklaces that sprang to mind from that comment, and neither of them are really good ideas for me to discuss. It's great to meet Trey and Joe. I can't wait until Dawn gets to meet them too. Yes, absolutely. Foxy says, notes. I make necklaces. So do I. Anyway, moving right along. Dawn is teasing me about a sexy gal named Dawn showing off. Oh, wait, it wasn't Dawn. It was Danny, I guess. Yes, I am aware of that alternative burger joint she was promoting on the Secret Humor group. Anyway, Trellay's like, I can't wait to see everyone in person again / for the first time. The hugs will be epic and like earth-shattering. There's a good chance you're going to get the full Nick pick up and spin. It happens. And Carl says, sorry you're in pain and nauseated, Foxy. You have my understanding today. And Dawn has accountability. Weather is kicking my butt, but mentally in a decent place, so just going to go with the flow today. That's it. You got to balance all that out. John goes, what on earth is going on with this mind break kink in the early comments? Basically, there's a show that Dan hosts, Dan Hollifield, and you should subscribe to his stuff because the man's amazing anyway. But called Last Man Standing. It takes place after the Stupid O'Clock Late Show on Thursday nights, and it goes till everybody basically has to go to sleep, usually in the wee hours of the morning. I am not allowed to go on that show because if I go on that show, I then, after the show ends, I talk to Dan until my wife wakes up, and then I get in trouble. And not that she woke up because I was loud, when she wakes up with her morning alarm. So, that being said, it is a late program, and it can get intriguing and just a touch spicy. Just a touch. Same, Don. The cold finally got me. My voice is toast. I sound like a scratchy, squeaky toy. Yeah, okay. We got this one. Just moving on. I'm moving on. Morning, Johnny. Hugs to Dawn. Johnny said, morning, Cupcake. I can't even blame the crazy cold, says Foxy, because it's 22 here, above or below. And Luke Stone is in the chat. Hey, Luke, okay. I want to talk because I used to be the co-host on Nerd Bacon, and that's Luke Stone's Thursday morning show. He just had his 100th episode, and I want people to hear it here. I did actually try to get on, and what happened is, for reasons I do not know, my computer stopped talking to my camera, and just wouldn't start. I don't know why it did that. I had no camera. My audio was being weird on top of it. So I had, spend that time trying to get it to start, do things. Turned out the USB cable just had gotten loose. After I fidgeted and tweaked and checked everything else, the USB cable was just a little loose for me. Remember last week, last episode, I was moving it around. I just hit a right angle to wobble it a bit. No hardware fault, just a PEBCAC error of a pretty substantial material, but that's why I couldn't come on. I am so proud of you, and I'm so happy that you made 100 episodes. That is a big deal. I may not agree with everything that gets said on that show, but I do respect you both for the right to say it and what you're trying to do the vast majority of the time. And speaking of the things he's trying to do that I respect, this man will actually be at Indy City, and I will finally meet him face to face after literal years of working and commiserating and hosting and doing strange things. It will be such an experience. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. But subscribe to his channel and look up Hybrids: The Sons of God, the RPG too. But the comic, it is probably my favorite superhero comic. I'm serious. And that's not just because I've, done things attached to it. I'm really waiting for something very cool that happened quite a while ago. because he's going to do an omnibus at the end of a certain arc, and there's going to be a very short story in there, if it's still in the works, that I got to write up for him. As you know, here's the concept. Here's the da-da-da-da-da. It was not written in proper comic book script. God help Luke for having to tolerate my version of writing. But good morning, Luke. How are you? And how's the dulcimer doing? I'm big on adaptivity, and since his hands work differently, he's learning different instruments that are easier to work, and I do respect that. And good morning, Luke. And I was so sick today that I didn't light up the cigar till just now, and that was out of habit. Now sure that I'll enjoy it right now, or not sure. Well, you know, it might clear up your sinus congestion. And ICD's welcoming Luke, and I sympathize, Carl. Yeah, just watch Nick do that to me in 2025, just preventing helium hand. I don't know what you're talking about. And yes, thank you, Nick. I have the same issue. I think that I have to help everyone, even if it hurts me. I need to get over it. The allegory metaphor I've recently been trying to yet again remember is you shouldn't have to light yourself on fire to keep other people warm. And to credit, I removed most of the people from my life who inspired my need for that. And a couple removed themselves, whether positive or not, you know how it is. But me too. Yep, helium hand can come for us all, guys. Say here, Carl, but it isn't my job, so I try to stop. And we're joined by Doc Crow. Morning, everyone. I start up a donation goal on my coffee to try to get funds for my comic, All-American Red Squirrel. I know you let us post links, but I want to ask permission. Absolutely, sir. If you should have a wrench that will let you post links. If not, I'll give you a wrench. It will just take a moment. So let me know. Post the link. And Foxy says, we can all hold each other accountable for it. And Doc, morning, Doc. What's up, Doc? Minus Carrot. And morning, Crow. And Trelana says, currently working on con commissions and may or may not be planning a pattern for the Doom. Y'all don't know. You don't know. Doom Bunny has been my mascot for almost 30 years. I'm proud to head up the Doom Bunny Militia, which is the name of my mercenary faction in just about every game I play that has mercenary factions. It's scary how many games like that I play. But yes, long live the Doom Bunny Militia. Long live Doom Bunny. Foxy says, I could get carrots. I have some in the fridge, but that I would have to move. You stay comfy. The bit is not worth it. Now, if this were, if we were on video, then it would be worth it because, people can see the carrot. But yes. And Don says, wow, my comments froze. Got to catch up. Got to go fast. Anyway, speaking of, I need to run another ad. Let me run one that's a little time sensitive. So I will run this one.
Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra. For millennia, these creatures have perplexed the human race. But what if they are forces of good? What if they have been sent here by a federation of more advanced alien species to help and defend the human race? That's the premise of League of Cryptids, a new comic book by Grant Lankard, creator of the smash hits Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid. His new comic, League of Cryptids, is a 4-part story involving these 5 creatures banding together to defend Earth from an invading alien race. just as one of their members is losing faith in the human race and questioning their mission. The epic tale begins in League of Cryptids 1.
Let's see. Nick, you threw my mind way into the gutter. You're welcome. Con commissions? Tee-hee. Uncle Roger voice. Adulting tastes like sad. I blame Jamie Oliver. This is not an ad to buy Donna Carlene's fantastic books on Lulu, but they are currently, I have 10% off with code SNOWDAY10. And you know what's funny? I bet that code works on anything else you want in Lulu. Sale ends today. Buy it now. And we've got, and make sure you select adult if you're over 18 to see Donna's books. And, oh yes, Dawn, especially Woodstock Dreams. Wow. I can't hear the word Woodstock without hearing a probably 80-year-old woman in a homespun dress and hemp sandals pushing a walker saying, "It's okay. I know things." And if I haven't told that story lately, I probably shouldn't now. But, and the funny thing about my music is, like most things I make, I hate it. I almost keep deleting the track from the video. No. Bad thesis. Bad. You sit down. Sit. You don't do that. You let your work happen and let other people enjoy it. That's not good. Bad thesis. No. Some person should put up a description of that book. Don says, well, I don't have a description, but I reviewed it. Don't delete thesis. Well, thesis, we all feel that way, at least at first. I've learned that later I will look back at my own work and like it much better. It's that post period, and I can even explain why. It is mathematically impossible for an artist to immediately like their work right after they finished. Because as soon as you have finished doing a particular piece, you've leveled up a little bit as an artist. So that means you're a little bit better than you were when you started it, which means you will always immediately look back at the piece and go, oh, if I knew now what I knew then, I would have done this, 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 and this. And if you, that feeling will fade relatively quickly if you allow it. But if you do anything in that action, that is just, it's post-art clarity, okay? You get what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the wisest moment. Just let it pass. And Miss Erin, Oran High School Host Club is one of my comfort shows, LOL. It's just so dang cute. Yes. It just is. Although it does make me have to ask the question, Tamaki or Kiyoya? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, guys. This is me and Miss Erin having a bit of an otaku moment. It's fine. We're moving on. Oh, I haven't deleted it now, and the video's exported, and I did save the project, so I literally can't delete now. Good. Don, I was trying to get Donna to post this. And thesis is very hard on things. The current commission is purple and penguin shaped, Don. Cute. Cute. Squee. Carl Witzman says oh, God. Those S's are about to get me, I can tell. 3 souls share Woodstock in the 60s, and then went their separate ways. Fate and the Silver Reunion have brought them back together. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh, and don't forget the gangsters. Nice. Now I'm trying to convince Foxy to make an ad so I can write more music just so I can hate it too. How about you write more music so that you can hate it too and see if Foxy can use it in an ad? Don't put your ability to create on other people. Okay? Don't do that. That is a trap. I know that trap because I've done it. Well, I can't work on game work because I might have a commission coming in. Yes. I'm not letting it that you off of that one. Nick, you're is the only one trying to turn this conversation sideways to Verdant Room's land at the moment. Are you okay? Always a dangerous question. And like most men, I will answer that the way we have for years. Yeah, I'm fine. Alex says, I'm working on a piece of a library in a forest. My idea is just partially broken bookcases, books with on them in a forest slightly. I just like the idea. I can see it. That can have that overgrown but possibly cozy feel, depending on how you do it, or very sad and quizzical. There's a lot to go there. Don says, we're all seedy in some ways. I myself is ICD. Anyway. Sounds like a Fey library, Alec. Yes, it does. Trelane says, make an ad, Foxy. I made a deal with Joe and have to make one too now. Yes, thank you. Now, I know you're probably advertising your awesome stitchery and witchery, but that was not intentional, but we'll just let that go. But I do hope you have a couple book-like things that need to come out of that lovely mind of yours, Trey. And, what could happen is I could talk to Amanda, and you could get us hounding you. Because we've seen how effective the sharp stick of do it works. Dang it. Yikes, I promise I can type. I can't, so I can't judge. Ha! Who's going creator hunting? I'm going creator hunting. And LOL Don, you just had to figure out what I would say to Trey. I'm not much of a writer or much of an artist yet. And I'm not Kay. You just keep working at it. And you can always talk. What I would say, Trey, not to Trey. That makes more sense. Sorry. You can talk to Trey. She's pretty awesome. Ooh, I'm getting a little red in the face. Maybe go to the Cindy K method. That may be the direction I go. Very cool. See, Trey says you need to make an ad, and she's cool, so you should listen to her. Don't make me use the voice. I understand. Like I said, I've accidentally used the voice at the wrong time. It's very great. Foxy, if you need help with the ad script, contact me. I'm getting a bit more free time now. Ooh. We can craft a 30-second epic. Ooh. I love a good 30-second epic. Hi, I'm my Auntie Foxy, and I make sparkly things. Oh my gosh. That's immediately adorable. Let me write something down. I've never had one of these pens fail to write. I'm a little shocked. There we go. Because, oh my gosh, the words Auntie Foxy, I make sparkly things just went full like Studio Ghibli in the back of my mind. That sounds like a beginning of Crafters Anonymous. There you go. You have the beginning of an ad script. or Creators Anon. Yay! And Carl says, Nick, for a while I was getting calls from someplace that wanted me to republish Mad Gasser. Yeah, no thanks. If a legitimate publisher contacts you, it will probably be a letter. That's what I figured. It felt super shady. Johnny's just ... And I thought this was Creative Anon. This is a support group for creatives, but we're not anonymous about it because we want everybody to know. I want everybody to know who you are, what you're doing, and get them to have eyes on you so they get their money in your pocket. And your word gets out, and it's positive, and it makes positive ripples out throughout the universe. I dream to have the opportunity to help support my family with my creative intentions and lay a legacy that will be there to help support Xander when I'm not there. Most of you hold dreams very similar to that. Johnny says, raise the price this instant. We'll see, Johnny. But, you know, I'm trying to help people out. Or maybe it was the Munzie book. I just ignored them. Guess you're right, Dawn. This group has motivated me more than almost anyone else. I love all the folks here, and thank you for being awesome. What can I say except you're welcome? This is what I do. If you think I'm a pain in the butt about this, you should talk to me when you're doing sword training. And Johnny says, agreed. I'm great. You are. And yes, Foxy, if you can find an empty conference room with a podium, make a Crafters Anonymous sign and record yourself saying it. Sneak into a big hotel or talk to your library. Oh, God, last time I snuck into a room with a podium, it was to acquire the cookies they laid out. Because, okay, you know what? Stupid story. On campus, when I was, we'll say college broke, that special kind of broke where you're about living in your car but not quite. I was in the LSF building, which is Library Student Facilities building on PNC, now PNW. It's in Westville. Don't worry about it. Satellite School of Purdue. Downstairs, they had this really nice meeting room, and they would cater their big end meetings. So all these people in really expensive suits would all go down and talk. And they brought back looks like you would slide it under a car for oil changes, tray of these chocolate chip cookies and a couple other flavors about this big around. And they laid them down with the other snacks for the meeting. However, the meeting was on the dangers of obesity and diabetes prevention. So they had this very important conversation on health and diet, and then turned around and nobody wanted to eat the cookies in front of anybody else. Now these cookies, because since technically they were out for a thing like that, would have gone to waste. But yours truly, at the time, a svelte 150 pounds and always hungry, went downstairs and acquired them, a stack, literally from like belt to chin, of these cookies. And apparently I ran upstairs into the cafeteria with them, laughing like the Hamburglar, according to my old buddy Ben. Rest in peace, bud. It's been 3 years and I miss you. But so yeah, it's been a while since I've been in front of a podium. Everyone else is too. Glad to hear it. Carl says, Johnny, you've been fantastic. And you know what? So have I. Doctor Who reference. Absolutely. And I don't think Nine gets nearly enough credit. He's one of my favorite doctors. The screen door, the broken window is doing the harmonic thing again. The tape must have frozen off. And it's just shooting pain through this ear. Anyway, you're one of a kind, Johnny. That's and that idea is funny, Carl. Now you've had me reciting the entire quote, Nick. You're welcome. It's a good quote. Operation Making Cryptids Cry kicking into phase 2. Jeez. The viciousness. Foxy, okay. Make the crafter's anon sign inordinately crafty. And as soon as I went to say it, she did. Glitter. So much glitter. Lisa says, dang you, Carl. Now you've given her a craft and my house will be covered in glitter again. Buy her glitter glue. It keeps it pre-contained. And Kelly says, hello again, friends. Hi, friends. I'm so late today. I just got up, worked hard last night writing, hoping everyone is well today, considering the winter storms. We are doing well, and I'm going to have to bang through a lot of these comments because I do have to leave. I have to be ready to leave fairly soon. So that's by my standards. So we're going to kick this into overdrive after I run. That's not the right button. At least this. From the paranormal case files of Bishop Kincaid, the Rembrandt stratagem. Ignore the dates at the bottom. And Atomic Stories #1. Guys, y'all, I said it before, I'll say it again. The Rembrandt stratagem is going to be one of the books of 2024. I promote a lot of things, I talk about a lot of things, and I'm not talking down to anything else that I run around here. You guys are great, but I know the Rembrandt stratagem, if there's any justice in the world, will be one of the books of 2024. And we're going to go back up here. And good Lord, we are really, really deep in it. But let's see. And hello, Kelly. I hope you've had a good day. I'm sorry. Sparkly happens. It's Kelly. Hello, hello. And we got greetings. And Johnny says, matter of fact, I'm making a Bikini Armor Lady reverse grip Nadachi. Yep, he cuts me with the edgelord's edge. Probably a Kit Ray. Anyway, moving on. Hi, Dawn, Carl, and Trelena. So sleepy, and outside looks like a large pile of white crud. White crud for miles. Oh, Nine Dragons, this is an MMO. Happy Friday to all of you. Happy Friday. Chris? Meh, vampires don't scare me. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Chris. Nine Dragons is an MMO that Foxy and I have been playing for around 8 years in 3 different companies. Wow. And good morning, Chris. We got greetings. And apparently you are the last guilty party from last night, says Dawn. LOL. I don't have to worry about copyright with my ad. No, actually, they will try. Someone will lie and say it's theirs. I get that a lot. They've tried to copyright the things that are, get me for copyright on the things that come with StreamYard. Yes, the Feeding the Ducks tune, that looping thing that I play when I'm doing art, I had somebody try to get me a copyright strike for. Or warning, or whatever they are. Sorry, I missed it. Thesis woke me up a few times laughing. This is why I list where I got the music on the back of the book for each ad. It's all from YouTube's own royalty-free library. So, the scammers. Yes, but I'm going to have to figure out whose music it is so I can reference and give them the reference. I may be reaching out to you, a couple of you, to say, can I have the links so I can send it into YouTube and say, hey, guys, it's this. It came from here. This guy is wrong. It's a puppet show. Yeah, I went to bed early and missed LMS just to not get called out to plow last night. Any ads I send out will only have my own copyright music. And thank you, Nick. Oh, you're welcome. Feeling much better now. Had a bite to eat, less coffee. And we got more greetings. And Nick's mind is all the way in the gutter today. No, it's really not. This is not anywhere. I am still high. If I'm in the gutter, I'm high from where it can be. Yeah. Green room. Someone is having that tonight somewhere, hopefully. You're welcome, Carl. Geez, Nick. I was being self-promoting, not perverted. Yep, well, got to find the hidden link in the hidden server to the hidden humor group to join the screen room. We know, Foxy, you were being serious. I was being smart toward Carl. I mean, it could go either way. What? How? At this point, I don't know what I said. Just to warn you about Dan's LMS, Dawn and I are frequent guests. Yes, you are. Sweet Jesus. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Question for you, at Johnny. What time is it for you down there? It's not us. It's Nick. 13:09. Okay, so it's 2 hours ahead. I got to go. I have class. Bye. Bye, Alec. Probably good you missed some of the shenanigans. Made a couple good comments last night. Probably should save that for the green room. Later, Alec. Bye, Alec. See Alec. Have fun, Alec. Bye, Alec. Woo, I got to get going. Thesis, I think we all did last night at some point. It was a good show. We were all laughing so hard we couldn't talk. Thesis, you saved those comments for the green room the moment that has passed, and they aren't as funny. Okay, time for me to adult. See everyone later. Yep, see you, Dan. See you tonight, Dan, with my hair up. Bye, Dan. And I suppose that's true. We'll just have to come up with new comments for tonight. And we got good luck. And Nick is correct. The smoke is clearing up my sinuses. No longer want to throw up. I don't condone smoking, but it is the proper cigar is much like some incenses I've encountered. And good Lord, I don't know if I'm actually going to get through all of this today. I may or may not pop it up in the background. Oh, my. Dan ducks out as Chris engages chat that's been constant this morning. Gavel comes down. Guilty on all accounts. Hope so, Foxy. Hope so. Nick talks about people setting themselves on fire. I'm reading a book on Richard Pryor at that chapter. Wow. Synchronicity gets weird sometimes, folks. Foxy says, I don't have mic and video on my machine, so I just pop up behind Thesis. Well, we can possibly talk to people about helping arrange that. Well, Foxy, if you make an appearance, we hope you make an appearance, but we know you have fun playing back there as well. LOL. Chris is attempting to make homemade chili while trying to keep up with the chat. For once, I'm further behind in the chat than Nick is. Sorry. No comment. Indeed, I do. No comment. Mom, I did homemade chili in the pressure cooker a couple weeks ago. Love making that way. It almost tastes like second day chili. Ooh, I have some of that. Don, yes, a good example of how a comment can be read in so many different ways by different people, depending on background and current readings. God, I wish I knew which comment you were referring to. Anyway, All-American Red Squirrel, 22 pages of 90s superheroic action. Riley O'Ryan, aka Red Squirrel, has to return to Mapleville to clean it of crime. And coffee, Dr. Crow Carnival, goal equals 0. Hey, hi, Joe. I has a ceramic squirrel. Don says, bite me on all the chili cooking. I tease, but too late. Foxy has bitten you. And now you have to make a save, reverse lycanthropy to keep from becoming a kitsune. But, hi, Don. I almost made the green room comment out of that. PM me. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm going to run an ad so I can catch my breath. And then we're going to try to knock some of this out because I am super behind and I'm running out of time.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel. But otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend? No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Okay, we're going to try to get through these comments, but I'm going to have to wrap it up real soon, guys. So, Miss Saren has accountability. Writing a lot finally worked out the last hang-up on the story I've been in my head forever. Took a break last night to draw some invasive thoughts, though. Vampires are distracting. Oh, my. Especially Johnny. Johnny says, I look back at my current work and come to the conclusion that I'm salt of the earth. Carl says, if I only had teeth, Dawn. Indeed, Foxy. Let's sigh. Good job, Miss Saren. I'm very proud of you, Miss Saren. Foxy said, Jonathan says, I am. WD. Three souls share Woodstock back in the 60s, then went their separate ways. Fate and Silver reunion brought them back together. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh, and don't forget the gangsters. Too late, Donna. I did it. Took some time to find, copy, and paste. It's in the chat twice now, Lamau. Worth the double post. Gestures at Witzman, dude. You figure out what gesture. Hashtag not the green room. I see a chickadee. I'm fine, too. You are fine. Tomorrow's stream will be my number 10. I've made it to double digits. Congratulations. It's on a streaming schedule I use. Now to remember to look at the schedule. What I need to do is get a hold of Joe and have him added it to the Indie CD calendar. Yes. He's just stealing some of Foxy's material at every stream. Wow. I'm a good catalyst, Johnny. Yes, you are, Foxy. We do know a place with a big empty room, the local college where we have used Tai Chi Kung Fu classes. Excellent. The cookie story is hilarious. I would have taken a video for the humor group. Oh my gosh. Someone very sadistic did that on purpose, I'm convinced. Yes. That's what empty college rooms were meant for? Dang it, I used it wrong. That's one use for empty college rooms. And this was an empty college meeting room, not just a classroom. Naps? I just used them for naps. Do you think he meant naps? Sure, let's go with that. Much of college was naps. I will keep going. After the premiere on my channel, you will have to let me know where to send you the file so you and Joe can have it for your shows. I will send you the link to the secret ad folder. You green roomed me for saying I sounded like a squeaky toy. I was very confused. No, I green roomed me so I wouldn't respond to that comment about you sounding like a squeaky toy. Johnny says, yeah, that's the wrong type of toy. And I may have been responsible for some inappropriate behavior in comments last night. Good. It's just his dirty mind, Miss Sarah and Lamau. They usually don't squeak. May, Chris? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I finished watching LMS. Wow. You need to, yes. Should we be nice and let him catch up? Everyone put in their goodbyes for now. Have a great day. This time for real. Maybe, Chris. Sorry, Chili Champ was aborted. Couldn't find my chili powder. That's sad. I'll have to try it later tonight or over the weekend. See ya, folks. See ya. I typed that with raised eyebrows and a smirk on my face. Dawn's laughing. And I don't know what chili powder you use, but I find Chili Pronto, it's a great one in my opinion. Later, folks. All right, folks, I'm going to run some ads and we'll wrap this up because I got to get ready for a doctor's appointment. Let's see. I ran cats already. Who needs an ad? Who needs an ad? Who needs an ad? Who needs an ad? You know what? I'll just start here.
Which is worse, parental interference in your job or a person with a weapon when they shouldn't have one? Working security can be boring, but some conventions are a blast. Find this and all of Donna Carlene's books at lulu.com or look for her on indiecd.org.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor.
Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Okay, apparently that glitched out, or my net is going out. So, guys, this looks like a great time. Let me check these 3 comments, and then, we got thanks for the stream. We got Cindy. Hi, everyone. The cat found the chicken nugget from when Xander spilled a bunch of frozen ones yesterday. Anyway, there was a chicken nugget discussion that popped up. Anyway, guys, I want you guys to keep creating, keep writing, keep making things, because you do it and you'll actually get things. Buy Hates and Hellfire. It's a good horror, folklore, action. There's a lot. There's comedy. There's a lot in this. It's just a good book. I think you'll enjoy it. If you have bought it, please, I humbly beg you to review it, and review it as early as possible, because that's when Amazon's algorithm decides how much they're going to be willing to promote it. Looks like everybody else is just saying goodbye for Kitty Lunchtime. And thank you for the good luck today. Keep drawing, keep creating, because you can fix it, you can edit it, but you cannot edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too, and I will see you all Monday for the next Nevermind the Furthermore. I have to set all the stuff up for those streams, but I don't do that till after Friday, so I can do the whole week. You know what? Toodles.